Well, I had quite an exciting experience this weekend. Rick and I were up in Flagstaff at a casino. I just walked in and I went past this guy who was sitting there watching his machine that was paying off. And I said, wow, you're at $1,700. That's really pretty cool. And he was kind of smiling, thought that was really cool. You know, it was good. And so here we are watching him, and he just kept winning, and he kept getting extra games, and he kept getting the things, you know, things come up, and he said, oh yeah, if you get 2 coins in one screen, then they get like 8 more games, and he'd have like 12 extra games. It just kept going on and on. And it was so interesting to listen to him, because I felt like he was complaining. Like he's going along, he's finally up to like $9,000, and he's going along going, oh man, I need to have some coins. I need to have buffaloes. All this stuff. I said, are you kidding? You've got $9,000 right here. You're doing great. It's just coming in. And I thought he was complaining, but then I tell the story to a couple of my friends, and they say, oh no, because he's going like, give me coins, I need more coins, I need more buffaloes. He's yelling it all out, and so we got that he was actually demanding, this is what I'm commanding to come into my life, is to bring this abundance into my life. And a whole crowd was gathering. Anytime somebody wins anything big, there's a whole crowd gathering, and I'm watching him, and I'm getting tired of standing there watching, but we're talking and joking around and everything, and this guy gets to $13,997.25. $14,000 he got on this machine that just kept paying off. And he started out, he said he put in like $200 to $300. He started out with $2 bets, and then he went up to, and at the end, you know, as it started really paying, he was doing $12 bets. So when you win that, it really pays off a whole lot. Like Rick and I go in there, we don't do anything over $1, you know, so we do 50-cent games and or 75 cents and 88. Every once in a while we do $1. So he's there doing like $12, you know. And so anyway, it was a really fun thing to watch and to see how it was going with him. And he was saying, oh, he really needed that because he was going to have to get his teeth fixed. You know? So I many times I had to tease him about what he was saying, like nothing ever comes to him, or the game, that's just what the machines do. They're rigged. And I said, would you just cut that out? You know, you're getting paid a lot of money here. So it was a really fun thing to do. And finally he ran out of extra games, and that's where he ended up at. It was almost $14,000 on a game that he put in $200 to $300. So that was fun. And so then I went over and finally sat down and put my little $5 in. And the very first one I did, I hit $100 because Rick and I always start out with $100 each. And so when I got my $100, I print out a little ticket and I stick it in my purse, and then I just play with whatever's left. So after that, then you're playing with house money. So I kept doing it, and then actually I did another 100 one, and another 40, another 47. Then I put the 47 back in, but we just had a really good time. And this particular casino was paying off. I'm not a casino person. Rick loves it because his former wife used to go all the time, and she'd win about $1,000 every time they went. And that's kind of like her meditation. She was just there and keep playing and playing and playing. And he never interrupted. He would go sleep in the car if she wasn't ready to go, or if they were staying in the hotel, he'd go upstairs and sleep, and you know, get some rest and just let her go all night long if she wanted to. But they won all the time, so they're used to winning. And I never, you know, Ed and I, my husband and I, hated to go to Vegas or any kind of casino, because you go in there and it's full of losers. Everybody expects to lose. You go in there, you're going to say, I'm going to give it $100, and when I lose that, I'm out of here. So everybody's expecting to lose. So we never like to go to it. But now we kind of have a good fun time with it. But, you know, the most we've ever won was $400 each in one night. So that was like, I think $425. So it was almost $900. But that was good for us. So anyway, I just want to share that, and the thoughts, just the interesting watching this guy having this abundance coming in, and the comments that he was making. You had 2 different ways to look at it. I could look at it like he's griping because he's so programmed to always get, everything's always fixed, and you know, it's programmed to always lose and all that, whatever. I don't know if he thought he was losing. I don't know what he was doing, but then you could also look at it the other way. He was just commanding that I expect to have these coins to come in now and all that, and he did. That did happen a couple times. Anyway, that was just a fun time we had the other night, and then we'll go another time and hardly anything happened. But we never lose money. We always at least come out with what we started with. But most of the time we, you know, a couple $100, but nothing huge yet. We expect it's coming in soon. So abundance is coming in, everybody. and I just expect it to be there, and I hope that you can join into it, and let me know if you ever won a really big jackpot on anything. So thanks for tuning in and watching my videos on Nonstop Aha Moments, and my other video channel is tips, not diary, tips from a 78-year-old teenager, which is dating tips for senior women and men. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next week.